everyone. Welcome to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. So let me just say, wow. So much has happened since I was last on air back on March 5th. It's been an incredibly intense month in many ways. For me personally, it has been one heck of a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. The beginning of the month was the first anniversary of my son's passing, which brought up another round of healing for me. The same weekend of the anniversary, we were finalizing our wedding plans for next year and spending some quality time with close friends that we consider family. And unfortunately, 3 days after having one of the best times with our friends, Jean and Nancy, Jean passed away from natural causes, which triggered more grief and more healing for me to work through. Thankfully, Jean lived a long, full life. Well into his 70s, he was one of the most humble and loving people that I have ever met. I'm truly blessed to have had the opportunity to spend many days and many nights in deep conversations, solving the mysteries of life and the greater good of humanity. He will always hold a special place in my heart, and I'm just so grateful that I have the gifts and abilities that I do because I have been able to connect with him, and it's perfectly fitting, especially based on all the conversations that we've had over the years. And when I received the news about Jean, I was actually already on my way down to have some more fun to Miami for one of my dear friends' bachelorette party. And by the time we made it to Miami, all-out panic had set in due to the coronavirus. Things have escalated very quickly. So here we are today with several countries, states, cities, and counties under stay-at-home orders or curfews, and thousands of businesses forced to shut down and lay off employees, or you're working from home. Things energetically are off the charts, and the collective consciousness of humanity is sending out waves of fear that many of you may be picking up on. I know it's easier said than done, but this is not the time to allow fear or panic to set in. Yes, many of us will face some financial challenges, and some may be dealing with health issues. However, we will get through this time, just like our ancestors did during their time. We're in the midst of a revolution of sorts. This is all happening as part of humanity's awakening process. This situation is serving a higher purpose, and there is much more going on behind the scenes that you will learn about in due time. But first, light has to be cast on the darkest areas of our society so that you can learn the truth. I've talked about ascension for years, and I've talked about the epic battle of good versus evil. And this year is the beginning of the most transformative global events that will rock our world and blow our minds for the next several years to come. Change is here, and the best advice that I can give you is to accept, adapt, and overcome. But most of all, have faith that God has a plan. Work on becoming a better version of yourself, be of service to others, and heal the shadow parts of yourself. Embrace this much needed yet forced downtime that you're being given right now. Make the most of the situation. Educate yourself with what is going on in the world. There's lots of disinformation and lots of truth hidden in plain sight. You just have to do the research and step outside your box of who you use as your typical source of news and information. To drop a little tidbit for any of you that are interested in this sort of stuff, look into a declassified program called Monarch, which was a way to socially engineer the masses through TV, radio, and media. You can also do some research on the fact that over 200 CEOs of major corporations have resigned, stepped down, or been fired since late 2019 and early 2020 before this economic crash happened with the coronavirus. Follow the money, y'all. Follow the money. There are roughly 43,000 global companies owned and operated by approximately 150 major corporations that run this world economy. There is so much more that you can educate yourself about and learn about by simply doing some research and advocating for yourself. The rabbit hole runs deep. Let me just tell you that once you begin doing your research. Now, right now, I feel things will begin to get back to some normalcy. We are definitely moving into an era of a new normal. And I kind of feel like this energy and all of this stuff with the virus right now, we'll see it start to taper off the middle to the end of April. The latest time I feel is about mid-May, depending on things happening behind the scenes. This is a fluctuating timeline. And unfortunately, no matter how intuitive and gifted you are, some information is blocked because governments and other people know how to block this sort of intrusion of us maybe picking up on information. So either way, I do feel like we will see by the middle of May, I feel like things will have shifted somewhat. However, I do not feel this will be the only event that causes some chaos this year for us. I see another flare-up of something happening during the fall. Really, this whole year is going to be one for the history books. No matter what happens, I do feel this is all going to work out in our favor, and we will begin to see a world emerge that is free from war, greed, and control. So hang on for the ride and be open to change, innovative solutions, new ideas, new information, and most of all, a new way of living. Your soul has literally been preparing for this time period for thousands of years. This is something you know on a higher soul purpose level. Let's do a quick moment of Zen to clear some of these energies of fear, anxiety, panic, stress, and uncertainty that you've been dealing with over the last several weeks. Close your eyes, open your palms, and allow yourself to be open to receive. I'm going to be connecting with your higher self and calling on your team of guides to help energetically clear any blocks, emotional residue, and or negative attachments in your physical body and light bodies. This will help raise your vibration, expand your consciousness, and increase your awareness in order to help prepare your soul for ascension and the energies that are coming in over the next several weeks, months, and year. Take a deep breath in through your nose, then exhale through your mouth. Allow your body and mind to relax more on each exhalation, and continue to breathe this way until I tell you to open your eyes. All right, let's open our eyes. Okay, before I get into this week's intuitive messages, I wanted to share that during the middle of last year, I signed with a company called Transformation TV as one of their teachers. TTV, short for Transformation TV, is basically a Netflix for all things self-help. I'm currently in the process of writing a book, developing products and services, plus my own show for their network. TTV has a sister company called Alter, which is their network marketing company that markets, sells, and promotes the teachers on the TTV platform. Alter is currently looking for Alter advisors who want to either start their own full or part-time at-home business, or who are interested in a side hustle to make some extra money. As an Alter advisor, you would receive training on how to administer a personality assessment test in order to connect people seeking self-development help with an appropriate teacher, program, service, or product. This is a sales type business and is commission based. The amount of effort you put in is the amount of money you will make. You can make from little to nothing or to a bunch of money. So it really is based on your effort. The mission of TV is to transform 1 billion people's lives in 10 years or less through self-development and creating jobs. We just launched the TTV platform and Alter this past weekend, and this is an opportunity to get in on the foundation of a company that I feel has the potential to grow exponentially in a short period of time. If you are at all interested in watching the Alter opportunity video for more information to see if this is something for you, then please shoot me a text with your email address so I can email you the link to the video. My number is 407-374-3133, or you can email me at askrebeccatoday@gmail. If you're watching the recorded version of this show on YouTube, the link is in the description box. All right, let's get into what you can expect from tonight from tonight, March 26th through to April 2nd as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes. This weekend and the first couple of days of the week could bring some positive blessings in, love, money, and expansion of consciousness. This feels very much like things coming to you naturally without forced effort. I also feel energetically this is a great time to launch something new or dealing with matters of importance for locking in your future or what it is that you're trying to create for yourself. Once we hit the 31st, I feel like the energies shift and you could be facing some negative karmic manifestations or miscreations. So careful where you are focusing your time and energy, because you could attract some negative things to you, especially since you are going to have high energy, lots of ambition and drive to accomplish things. So this energy could manifest itself in a little bit of a negative way through some aggression, oppression, and depression instead of the positive spectrum of things. It really just depends on where you are in your life. This will be a time to trust and listen to your intuition, because it will help you navigate this tricky energy. On the heels of this intense energy, some of you may also experience a surge of held back emotions and blocked energy being released and set free. Get ready for fast forward action with this huge release of energy. Feel what you need and do your best not to project blame or lash out at the people that are around you. This is your junk coming up, no one else's. Even if someone else outside of you triggers it, they're triggering it for you to be released, but it's your stuff. Nobody can make you feel something that doesn't exist inside of you. I know I've said it a million trillion times, and I'll probably say it a million more. The way that I'm seeing this is a flood of emotions breaking open the dam. And I do feel we could see this play out literally as well, with some potential events causing some sort of damage to bridges, dams, or other objects that serve the same purpose as a dam. Could come through the form of weather events, or it could come through earth kind of changes or something else. I don't know exactly what it is, because there's all kinds of crazy energies around right now. Another theme this week is easily and efficiently accomplishing things in the realm of organization. You're getting things done that you haven't been able to get done due to other distractions in life, like work, kids, family, and all of that. And I know some of that hasn't gone away, but the energy is there. So this could be things like organizing your pantry, your closet, garage, sheds, office, any kind of projects that you've been, leaving laying around. So it's really about organization and organizing things. The greater energy that some of you may tap into this week is that of the path of the dragon, moving through life with integrity and full empowerment. And you bring transformation with every step that you make that's in love and trueness. Lots of you are in that space, and so many of you come from an energy of love and trueness, and you have integrity in everything that you're doing in your life. So you're going to see that playing out in a really positive way. Now, with this energy at play, those of you who are struggling with moving through life with integrity or full empowerment and love and trueness, well, you'll be dealing with the purge of all things standing in your way of embodying this lifestyle. And this will come through the form of challenges and maybe some situations that are uncomfortable. Some of you may begin to feel really overwhelmed with stress and emotions, or everything you need to juggle while under these unusual circumstances. Seek guidance and help, or create a mini break to decompress before pushing yourself further. Nurture yourself and allow others to nurture you too. There will be an element of love, compassion, and kindness that everyone will be feeling from one another and just from the universe, God, the divine, whatever belief system you have is flooding into the planet right now. Work, for those of you that are employed, many of you will feel supported by your employers, coworkers, or bosses. Things can feel scary and overwhelming with working from home or being the only one in the office, or however this virus has affected your working life. For the most part, I feel everyone is okay and doing what they can. I do feel like there could be some more of you that could see some layoffs or shutdowns. Those of you that are looking for a job, not much happening, obviously, in the employment field with the normal trend. There is an exception of alternative type jobs like network marketing, dog walking, freelance work, any kind of special skills and abilities you have. Think outside of the box and look to alternative type businesses. I'm not sure if Uber and Lyft are still operating, but there's all sorts of ways that you can generate some income. File for unemployment if you haven't already. Love, those of you in committed relationships and dating seriously, it's a mixed bag of vibes here. I do feel many of you are strengthening, deepening, rekindling, finding that spark and spending quality time together that you've been missing. You're enjoying each other's company. The other side of this is some of you may absolutely be feeling disconnected from your relationship because you've pretty much been living like separate lives on a day-to-day basis, and maybe you've slipped into the roommate territory. Try to reconnect and take this time to remember why you fell in love in the first place. Others will be evaluating and planning an exit strategy once things settle down. Those of you that are single and looking for love, some of you will be working through emotional trauma and baggage from past relationships. Some of you may actually meet someone during this time and develop a relationship through video, phone, and messaging before actually getting to meet in person. And some of you will still be meeting up in person. And believe it or not, I actually feel love blossoming. So I think that's amazing and fantastic. What a story to tell in the future, right? Finances. Money this week, I feel many are having to face the music of their financial situations and what the potential future holds over the next several weeks and potentially several months. Remember, there's more than one way to make a living and provide for yourself. Get creative, sell things online through Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, or other platforms. If you own your own business, apply for a federal or state loan through the small business. You'd have to go directly to your bank. Do research on this, but that sort of help is being provided through the stimulus package that's been approved here in the United States, and other countries are also following suit. Here in the US, most individuals will be seeing a direct deposit or check for $1,200 each, $2,400 for married couples, and an additional $500 for each child. This has been approved for April and May. There's also provisions for not paying your mortgage or rent without evictions, penalties, or interest for 90 days. Same goes for utilities. No shutoffs, penalties, or interest for 90 days, possibly longer. You do have to notify your bank, property management, or utility companies if you can't afford to pay. Communicate. As far as credit cards and car notes, you'll need to call as well. I'm not certain if there are any provisions in the stimulus package, but most creditors will work with you because they understand the circumstances. Again, just communicate. In the end, everything will right itself. Health, will continue to see the numbers grow exponentially as this virus hits a peak. Many will have minor symptoms, some severe, and yes, some will pass away, and some will be passing away from other ailments besides the virus. For the most part, I actually see people getting healthier because you're home, you're finding balance, you're eating better, you're exercising by going on walks or bike rides just to get out of the house and get moving. Take vitamin D3 and vitamin C. Spirituality, it's a contradictory type of week. Lots of growth in feminine qualities of compassion, love, and concern, mixed with masculine energy of action, accomplishment, and discernment. What this could look like is being able to lovingly set boundaries or being compassionately active. Walking meditations could bring wonderful insights. Plus, it will help with the intense pressures you will be feeling from this extremely potent, energetic time. That wraps up the intuitive messages for this week. I hope that everybody has a great week. I'm going to get to tonight's caller. I have Ashley in Buffalo, New York. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I just wanted to kind of call and see what's going on with me, if there's any messages. I know it's a crazy time for everyone, but I don't know if I'm handling it the best I could be.
Yeah, I think you're doing way better than what you're maybe giving yourself credit for. And I do feel like it is a really chaotic time, obviously with everything that's going on. And in New York itself, the energy is even tenfold. So you've got a lot of things that, one, I feel like you're picking up on empathically on your own. I feel like you're pretty sensitive to other people's energies, and maybe there's a lot of times you don't realize you're actually picking up on other people's junk, and it's not just your junk, like it's triggering your emotional stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So
no, for sure. It's taking a toll, I feel.
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. I didn't hear you.
I said no, definitely, and I feel like it's definitely because the negative energy from just everyone around is taking a toll on me, I think.
It is. I do feel like it is affecting you. I just feel a lot of stress in your body, and just a lot of just kind of normal stress-related symptoms in the body. But even before all of this kind of escalated around you, I do feel like maybe you are already dealing with some power struggles and maybe some conflict in a couple of different areas of your life. I feel like maybe there was stuff going on with work and love.
Maybe not really. I mean, work was good. It was good until it just stopped.
It was good.
I haven't. I mean, no, my love life's been pretty bad for quite some time. So.
Your love life is what?
I said my love life's been bad for quite some time.
Oh, it's been bad for a while.
Yeah.
So with the love thing, I feel like there's a lot of I just feel like you've got to release some of the past relationship stuff, because I really feel like that's kind of blocking you from really letting yourself be vulnerable and putting yourself out there in a way. And I don't necessarily feel like right now is the time. I feel like you really need to be working on your beliefs about yourself and the way that you're communicating with yourself, because I feel like there's times you just get stuck in your head, and then you spiral into like deep, you get into thought loops. But then I feel like they end up bringing you down versus lifting you up.
Yeah, maybe. It's been a while, and I definitely took like time off after relationships and really tried to work on myself. Do you see anything coming at any time, like near future?
I do, but I feel like it's going to really take you actively, again, putting yourself out there. And I feel like you have to try a little bit of a different approach than what you've been doing. So I feel like...
Well, I haven't been doing anything. I think that might be the problem.
That is the problem.
I'm not putting myself out there at all. I don't even know what approach you're talking about, because I don't do anything. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the problem. You've got to get yourself out there. So I feel like if once this energy passes, and right now I'm kind of leaning towards May, things getting a lot better, I feel for you significant leaps in your work and love area for June, July timeframe. So I feel like you're putting yourself out there more. And I feel like you need to ease your way into it, because I just don't see that you're fully ready to commit to like online dating, but I see you doing social events, right? Like, I feel like you need to get together with some girlfriends and going to like, networking, young professional networking, or going to like meetup groups for interests that you have. And through that process, I do feel like you will meet someone. I lean towards like, I feel like you're going to have to kiss at least 2 frogs before you meet the guy that I feel you will end up in a long-term relationship with. So I feel like there's 2 training wheel people, and then ultimately, and I feel that person, and this all is dependent on how much you're actually actively putting yourself out there.
Right.
I feel like the long-term relationship, I see that manifesting for you right now more in 2021. Right. So I feel like the rest of this year is you getting your mojo back. You got to get your groove back. You got to get out there. You need to be feeling sexy and good about yourself. And right now you're not in that space just yet, but you're getting there.
I'm getting there. Yeah, I am a little bit more. I was totally blocked off. I'm somewhat open to it now. So
yeah, and that block is just the fear. And that's why I was saying I feel like there's just a couple of more little things that you need to take a look at within yourself to really pinpoint what the hesitation is around relationships. There's a part of me, I kind of feel like there's a big thing with betrayal.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
don't really think it's, I don't think it's so much fear anymore. It's just kind of, it's been so long, and I just really, you're right. Like, I don't know how to almost get back into it. Like, I lost my mojo. Like, you like nailed it, like, in that regard. I just feel like, I don't put the effort in now because I like don't remember how.
Yeah, and that's why I feel, you just need to do small things that are getting you out in the social world again. You need to just be socializing. And I feel right now what's more important is you connecting with friends that are in a similar situation as yourself. And if you don't have any friends that are, able to go out with you, find some new friends, download the Bumble app, and meet some girlfriends.
Yeah, I have just recently. I definitely go out with them more than, I have. So
okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay. Last thing that's coming through, and then I have to jump off because I only have 30 seconds. But what I'm getting is when you go out with your girlfriends, you need to open up the social circle and also be looking around the room and allow yourself to be smiling and open and inviting so somebody is capable of approaching you. Right now, you're not letting any it just comes across as unapproachable. Thank you, Ashley, for calling in. Thank you for tuning in. I will see all of you next week. Bye.